When we had last left Team Watcher, they had finally arrived at the legendary island lost to time, Ukaizo. There did they have final parting exchanges with one another as they faced destiny itself. They climbed atop a big tower inside of a storm where they shut off the weather. They changed the weather surrounding the island, where, at long last, they could behold the colossus that was Aethus inside the Adra body of Adnua, in the center or wherever in the city, smashing the wheel itself. It was time to bring everything, all of their adventures in the Deadfire, to an end. What would happen? What would be the fate of Aethus? What would be the fate of the wheel? What would be the fate of the Watcher? What would be the fate of Eora? This is Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Welcome back. Whew. This might be the last one, I have no idea. It depends on how things go, right? It sounds like we're going to have some ne'er-do-wells show up and try and do battle with us, and we'll probably have to fight the creature that we had heard so much about from Woodica, right? We can't talk to Woodica again, can we? Via the book? Let's just do a quick check here, since we are seemingly coming to the very end of everything.
No sooner do you open the book than you find yourself standing alone in a void of swirling ash and glowing, ethereal embers. A choking cloud of smoke billows on all sides.
Oh wow, this is different. Call out. Hello?
You receive no answer. For the moment, the void is empty.
Wow, so that must be like a unique little bit that you get right here during this section. Huh, after you've exchanged words with all of the gods there atop this tower. Alright, where do we need to go? I guess the Grand Promenade's the only place to go. A shame that the map didn't change when we altered the storm stuff, right? Alright, let's head on over here. Oh, look at that, I didn't even notice it was giving off some sort of power blast up top. Man, yeah, this could for real be like the end. I don't know. Alright. Let's see. Do a quick save here. Oh shit, oh man, already. Okay. Hazanu Ikaru approaches, her weapon drawn. Her face is bruised and cut, and her uniform torn from the rough journey. But her eyes are clear and focused on you.
What you people from lush, bright lands fail to grasp is that Rauatai isn't a storm-tossed spit of land. It's the Kith who stand together there. Ukaizo belongs to us. We've earned it with blood and sweat.
Jeez.
And no one shall take it from us now.
Why are we arguing about this when Aethus is destroying the cycle? You think Rauatai's known hardship? The Principi have thrived with no homeland. Ukaizo shall be theirs. Or Ukaizo. I don't want to fight you. Enough of this. Let's acknowledge that there are greater things at play here, right? This is sort of, a metaphor, right? There are grand things happening just in the background. Meanwhile, we are forced to deal with a petty squabble. I mean, still kind of an important thing, but petty compared to what's happening just behind us. Alright, why are we arguing about this when Aethus is destroying the cycle?
I can't stop him. Neither can you. But I can give my country a chance at weathering what comes next. Rauataians! Defend Ukaizo!
Oh, shit. They don't seem too tough, right? Alright, let's have everyone except Adair enter stealth.
As an eel.
Here we go. Adair, run up to the choke point there. Fortunately, we are already, in a good-ass area, aren't we? Okay, let's blast her. Good. Let's see, did Adair get the pull? Yes, he did. Great. Let's have a Seraphim break stealth, run up there after this soldier who is, warping into space. Okay. Here we are. Let's go after this dude. Great. Man, this is wild. I'm surprised maybe Maya will have some dialogue after all this. I don't know. There we go. Send in Ishi, good. And let's have Takehu get out a Moonwell right here. Why not? There we go. Cool. Alright, should we go after the Hazanu Ikaru? I guess so. Let's see what'll happen if we kill her first. Maybe they'll stand down. Alright. Good. Let's swap around here. Oh shit. Let's see, blast this dude. Great. Cool. Let's swap into this set here now. Here we go. Blast the Hawks. Cool. And let's see, let's have Adair get some healing because he is taking a shitload of damage. It's gotta be said. Holy hell. Alright. And let's try and get Seraphine to engage some, like, AoE stun shit, right? Right there. Could be good. Alright. Oh my god, Adair went fucking down. Holy shit. A lot of incoming damage, apparently. Ishi might go down next. Adair came back up. Good. Alright, we could try and Puppet Master some of them. The Hazanu Ikaru is still alive. Let's see here. There we go. Let's blast. Let's swap this around. Can we hit her from here? Yeah, we can. You know what? Let's try and do a finishing shot. Let's see what happens. There we go. Okay, and let's get out this shit. Get everybody some healing. Good. Getting them. Okay, Seraphine, activate your AoE there, if you can. Good. I will swap weapons back to my final set here. Let's take care of this dude right up in our grill here. There we are. Great. Okay, and let's have Maya go on to that soldier right there, I guess. Okay, Jesus Christ, there is so much damage coming in here.
Up here.
There we are. Yeah, we've got the Moonwell and Moon's Light active. Holy shit. Alright. Let's see. Can we also get Pollen Patch up?
You see that, Ishi?
Let's have him move a little bit closer.
Take this.
Nope, you can't get any closer there. Good lord. Did Adair just go down again? Oh my god. Yo! Alright. Jeez, I think we might kill him? I don't know. Holy fuck!
Let's go.
Alright. Jeez, they didn't look that tough, but fuck me, they apparently are.
Damn it, got away.
Jeez.
Take from feeding.
Alright. Maybe we need to do a quick load here, right? Let's see. Let us check. Did we have an autosave or just our normal ass save? Let's see. Yeah, we have a quick save. Good. Okay, we'll take care of that. We can skip through her dialogue and all that. So we need to actually plan this a little bit more appropriately, rather than just thinking we can just stride right in here and fuck around. Alright. Here we go. Good. Let's get everybody up there. We'll move together as one. There we are. Good.
But you people,
Okay.
and no one shall row it.
Okay, good. Let's see, let's trigger combat. Shields up on Adair. Good. Okay. And where is Takehu? He's right there in the sweet spot. Let's activate... Let's get Moonwell out preemptively. Make it big. Okay. I will fire into this soldier here. Good. And let's have Maya put a mark on them as well. Great. And let's see, we could also do some mind control on one of them, if we wanted to. Or we could do some of this blasting. Actually, you know what? Let's have Seraphine run up. Or no, we'll have Seraphine charge up this. Good. Okay. Belay your order there, dude. There we go. Good. Okay. Try and knock that soldier if you can. Great. Okay. And then let us shoot into these soldiers that are up on fucking top of us, huh? Okay. Let's activate Pollen Patch here as well. And let's try some of this back this direction. Good. Let's see here. Let's try and knock him again. Or knock the... Should we knock the hawk? I mean, how much damage is a hawk gonna do? Really? Let's see here.
Like that?
Good. Heals are ticking. Wonderful. Alright. Let's see. Looking okay. That said, Adair is looking a little grim right now.
You see
Alright,
that?
Pollen Patch is out. Let's see. Can we have Takehu move up a little bit? No, he'll get disengagement, won't he? Okay. Let's try and lay this down now. A little bit of that healing shuff. Okay. Good. Let's see here. We could also do our shit, our watcher shit. Right. There we go. Good. Okay, great. And let's see, Seraphim. Who are you on? This dude? Right here? Okay, great. Let's swap through our sets again here. Can I get in a little bit closer here? Yeah, look, Weather Mage and shit. Okay, let's blast through some of these fools. There we go.
That order's too tall.
Wonderful. Good, cool, cool, cool. Let's blast this other dude with some of this. Let's get some AoE blasting going on. Good. And let's see, let's blind the majority of them here. Alright. Okay, that seems good enough. Whew. Alright. Jeez, jeez, jeez. We're going to do a finishing shot here, if we can. Okay. And let's have Seraphim come over here and launch some of this shit around.
Out my wheelhouse, friend.
Nope, a little too far for him. Okay. How about right there? Yeah, there we go. Right on top of the hawk. Cool. Alright. What next can we do? We can slow him down with some of this. Do we still have the Moonwell up? Yeah, we do. Okay. What else could we launch here that'll fucking help us out big time? I'm thinking we hit him with a blizzard, right? The blizzard seems like the right call here. There we go. We'll get the gunhawks and stuff in there as well. Cool. Alright.
Take this. This weapon's no good to me.
Good. Let's see here. We could blast over this direction, get a lot of these dudes as well. Though it's hard to tell, honestly, what the fuck is even going on. Because there's so many of them. Jeez. Alright. Let's refresh abilities as Maya. There we are. And we can go after, like, this Weather Mage right here. I think maybe that's a good call. There we are. Let's try and do a finishing shot on the Weather Mage.
Can't make a dent.
Oh, shit, I got interrupted, I think. Okay. It's fine. Adair may go down, but he should make it back up. Okay, we're getting knocked over here just as well. No good. Alright. Let's see, Maya. Who can you get next? There's another Weather Mage here. Gun them down. And I will go after this soldier, perhaps? Or we might be able to really fuck up this Gunhawk. Either of them. Let's try a Gunhawk. Because Maya might kill that one asshole. Alright. Man, yeah, we are getting so slowed down here with our abilities, aren't we? Okay. Let's try and knock the Gunhawk there. Nope, no dice. Alright, well, at least the summons went the fuck away. Thank goodness for that. Can we knock that dude? Let's see here. Let's try and finish off the Gunhawk. Good. Is Maya still on this Weather Mage? I think so. Good. The Blizzard is kicking in. Wonderful. Alright. Let's try and launch a heal right through here. Here we go.
This does not work.
Okay, good, good, good. Let's see, does Seraphim still have his, like, Spirit Tornado thing active? Yes, he does. Okay, great. Let's have him go over this direction and launch some of this in here. Another AoE.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Cool. Great. Let's fire off some more. Let's just have Seraphim keep blasting in there with that shit. Right? It seems like our best bet at the moment. Alright. Let's see. If we swap to our AoE blasting set, we may be able to really do some shit here. Look at that. Yeah, maybe. Let's try it. Ooh, fingers crossed. Okay. Let's try again here with some of... Ooh, should we do an emergency heal thing or what? Let's lay down another Moonwell. Right? Yeah, because that Moonwell has dissipated. Alright.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Good. Took care of a lot of fucking shit right there. Great. Okay. And let's see, what is the most susceptible target right now to Seraphim's bullshit? This Gunhawk. Okay. Good, we've got the Moonwell back up. Okay. Let's have Seraphim get a little bit closer there. Where's Tekehu? That is Ishi. Okay. We could try and... Let's get some more juice on us. We could try and finish off, like, this Rauataian soldier, and maybe also get the Hazanu Ikaru. Let's try.
Take this. Nice hit.
Okay, it worked out. Let's swap to this set now. And let's fire into the Gunhawk right in front of us. We should be able to wipe him out. Okay, let's see. We could try and stun some of these soldiers that are, like, hassling our ranged, which I think is probably ideal. There we go. Good, good, good. Alright, Tekehu, can you move at all? Yeah, you can. Okay, good. Let's apply Robust onto Adair. There we go. Ooh, just barely. Alright. Whew. My god. Good. And then I will rotate targets onto this Gunhawk because I think they're doing a lot to Adair. Okay. Cool. We can debuff or send out more damage. Ooh, what should we do? Let's actually send out an emergency heal over here. There we go.
Let's do
That's
this.
fine. Okay, let's keep launching this. Do we still have our self-buff active? No, let's refresh that. And then do another pen shot. Good, good, good. Okay. Let's have Adair try and knock these soldiers. Great. There we are. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? I think that was the love dog sneezing. Alright. Let's go over here. Fire away. Good. And let's shoot... I think we can just do an auto attack on Gunhawk. There we go. Isn't Gunhawk Maya's class? Right? Her, like, unique subclass? I think it is. Pretty wild. Alright.
You like that?
There we go.
May I be a candle in the night. Shove your
A little rough. But, oh, you know what? I was thinking about in between videos how Adair's dialogue has changed. His, like, combat dialogue. Remember he used to say, "For Aethus." No longer says that, right? Pretty wild. Okay, let's see. Oh, what is this? Hazanui's crested hat. Hats come in many different shapes and sizes. Oh, it's just a weird-looking hat. Okay. Weird. We'll take it. There we go.
Well, don't see why not.
Alright. Let's see. Let's check out this thing again. Anything different? Nope. Still them. Alright.
Quiet if you can.
Let's see. So we just need to head... Oh, yeah, down this path. Alright. Fair enough. Let's do it. Do you think there'll be any more a-holes? I don't know. Alright. Let's see here. Erosion has... Yep, same stuff. Okay. Alright, you know what? Hey, before we phase into this next area, I'm gonna take the love dog out to take a leak, just in case. That way we don't have any love dog interruptions during any super duper intense moments. Be right back. Alright, we are back. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let's head on in to Moai Gwaith? Gwaith? Not sure. 58 minutes, jeez. Alright. Let's see.
You descend into the ancient winding streets of Ukaizo. Battered by storms for thousands of years, the ruins bear the marks of their role as the lone witnesses of the god's great secret at the center of the city. The houses and boulevards are pierced by great spears of luminous Audra. There are no ashen bodies, no birds, no sign or sound of any life. But with every step, the rhythmic pounding in the distance draws nearer. Soon, you can feel the vibration traveling up your spine.
It also looks like both the weather machine and the ocular, or the Oculus, or whatever it was that shot lasers at us, doesn't it? Also, check this out. Is this us? Right here? I guess so. Alright.
As you approach the center of the city, the weathered architecture gives way to more luminous Audra, piercing the ruins, eventually overtaking them entirely. Cresting the top of a fallen tower, you finally get a clear view of Aethus. He stands, legs astride, next to a great stone monument ringed with 11 cavernous alcoves. All but 3 hold a gargantuan skeleton, bones scrubbed clean by the city's storms.
Ooh, so these are clearly their Titan bodies, right? All but 3. So what would the third one be? Ooh. I guess that really was a plan. Didn't we posit the idea that maybe each DLC for every game was planned to have one of their Titan bodies still in it in some way, right? So in Pillars 1, we saw like the remains of Abaddon's skeleton, or his skeletal remains. In this one, we went through Wall's like slumbering body. Maybe the third one was planned to have something a little bit more animated, right? Very cool. I wonder which is the third one, though. Huh. Or maybe we already know and I've just forgotten. I'm not sure. Alright, continue.
An immense Angwithan machine floats above the monument, suspended by invisible energy emanating from a well of light beneath it. Great brass rings spin around a core of metal and Audra at the machine's center. Periodically, Aethus's massive arms swing back. The movement alone is enough to draw great gusts of wind toward him. When they come down on the machine, the impacts are accompanied by eruptions of electricity, fire, and smoke. The hundreds of luminous Audra pillars across Ukaizo sympathetically dim in a rippling wave that spreads out from the machine.
Okay. That's interesting that the other pillars, maybe they're all connected to the wheel in some way, right? Because technically destroying the wheel wouldn't destroy Animancy, right? Because Animancy is the whole reason why they were able to create the wheel in the first place. Yeah. Love the color work on Aethus there, right?
The only safe route to the god is a steep ascent along a monstrous pillar of luminous Audra. Intertwined with fragments of Ukaizo's ruins that it has carried through the centuries. The pillar bends in a long arc, towering above the machine. The pillar levels out near Aethus's head, a silent observer to the destruction of the machine it has grown beside over thousands of years. You weave your way along a treacherous rain-slicked path up the pillar's skyward side. As you arrive at the top, you catch Aethus's attention. Fist pulled back, he pauses to observe you. With the same gentleness he showed at Ashen Maw, he lowers his arm and turns toward you.
Man. Alright. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't even notice that was end. Okay.
Strange
Ooh,
to
fuck.
see Ukaizo in this way.
Yo, holy shit. Okay. Very lucky that this Pillar of Vajra was here. Stretched and bent toward it. Maybe it was kind of like, you know how sunflowers will redirect toward the sun, right? Or just plants in general, right? Maybe it's sort of like that. They just sensed, the Pillars of Vajra sensed all of this soul essence or energy emanating from the wheel, that they all kind of like naturally got drawn toward it. Alright, continue.
It may be hard to picture, but this city was once full of life. The Huana, yes, but also kith from many other cultures. Great hanging trees shadowed these boulevards. Gardens sprawled across the open rooftops. Each spring, a festival procession would wind its way from the hillside into this valley. The celebrants would pass through a steep walk among the stalls of foreign merchants, flowers falling upon them from all sides. All people of all nations, together in a celebration of new life. Such was the power and beauty of lost Ukaizo.
Wow.
Mighty One, I once desired to return that power and beauty to the Huana. Now I wish only for the tribes to find it themselves. If not here, then elsewhere.
Takehu glances at you and swallows.
Was I wrong? Have I failed them?
Takehu, the gods have already decided so much of your life. I would not shape what remains of it.
Oh, man.
You know how your people could benefit from your help. You have also come to see that this life is yours to live as you choose. Deciding what course to take is not easy. But if you do not choose, your life may pass you by as you stand at the crossroads.
This isn't right. You can't put this burden on us. You can't make the gods' problems, our responsibility to fix. How can you have faith that what you're doing is good? You know how many people are going to suffer because of this. No matter how you spin this, you can't set it straight.
Adair, I wish I could explain it to you. It breaks my heart that I cannot. But no matter how much you curse me, do not despair. The souls of this world will need people like you. Lights burning brightly in the darkness to come.
I ain't never chatted up a god before. Feel like I should be asking something profound and philosophical. And yet, thing I be wanting to know, what be stopping the other gods from coming down and just setting this shit back straight? And then you breaking it again. This be our new tides then, all up and down, over and over, till the sea drowns us all.
Oh, shit. Huh. I mean, honestly, that's pretty insightful, right? Would they be able to, though? The gods have influence again to create this entire situation very similarly once more? I don't know.
A wise question, Seraphim. Have no doubt, some of the gods are already trying to figure out a way to fix this on their own.
Right.
It is not beyond their capabilities. After all, we made these machines with the Huana many years ago.
Right.
But it is not something they can do easily. Not without mortal assistance. It will be for mortals to decide if they should receive it.
Right. Okay. Man, honestly, laying the road ahead for future games, right? In which gods do try to enact their plans to sort of make all this shit happen. Assuming we can't stop Aethus here, and it's really seeming like we can't, right? Like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Rauatai gave everything they had to reach this place. In the end, they fell short of hitting the mark.
Ashamed, Maya winces and fights to hold Aethus' penetrating gaze. Ooh. Huh.
Will we ever have another chance to prosper? Or was this damn island our last hope?
She sighs up at him and plants her hands on her hips, as if voicing the concern released a long-held burden.
Only you can answer that question, Maya. Rauatai has persevered through great adversity. The storms that ravaged your homeland have ended. But that in itself may present new challenges for your people.
Oh shit! Did that weather machine also control the weird-ass storms that plagued Rauatai? Hang on. Let's see. The powerful naval kingdom of Rauatai is dominated, yada yada. Does it say anything about the storms? Legends say that the Rauataians came to their lands from the Deadfire Archipelago in the wake of a terrible cataclysm. But the details of that event have been lost to time and the imagination of storytellers. Yeah, it doesn't really talk too much about the storms. Weird. So shutting off that machine's shut off. I wonder if Beowix stopped now as well. Right? See, I was under the impression that that only had an immediate effect on Ukaizo, but why wouldn't it have an effect elsewhere in Eora, right? Certainly the wheel does. Okay.
It is my hope that after I am gone, Rauatai will work together with its rivals to create a new world, instead of fighting over the ruins of the old. But what of you, Watcher? Why have you followed me? Have you come to bear witness to the breaking of the wheel?
I've come to ask you to take pity on the mortals of this world, who will suffer for your actions. After you've gone, the gods will go to war with each other and with mortals, unless they have a strong leader. Mortals are going to need a head start on things to prevent the gods from re-establishing control. You need to inspire them. I want you to go further than breaking the wheel. I want you to destroy it all. Oh my god, that is wild. Yo, if I were like one of the companions that I brought with me, and I heard the Watcher say that, immediately throw them off the side of this. That is a drastic measure. Like, this already seemed to be a pretty big deal, right? But is that possible? How does the game even end? Can you destroy it all? What? Is that like a complete fail state? Like, were there any in Pillars 1 where you could end the game and you wouldn't have been able to continue your save? I can't remember. Certainly there was stuff like that in other games that had interconnectivity between the games, right? And you were playing the same protagonist. Biggest that comes to mind is Mass Effect, right? Only to bear witness. I've come to fight you. I pull out my pistol and shoot him in the eye. Killing him instantly. Let's see. Huh. I don't know if I want the pity, though. I definitely don't want Aethus to inspire mortals, right? But if he can help in some unseen way to make it easier. It's such a hard question, an idea to even tackle, because him helping is outside interference, which is what we were trying to get away from. But at the same time, it's helpful interference, right? Whereas before, it was unknown at best, right? Huh. Okay. What if we could say... I worry that this will get him to not want to break the wheel, which I kind of am into the idea of. And I don't know if we can convince him anyway, right? I've come to ask you to take pity on the mortals of this world who will suffer for your actions. But this... mortals are going to need a head start on things to prevent the gods from re-establishing control. You need to inspire them. I kind of like the idea of that because it means, like, in the proverbial, like, arms race against the gods that would occur, like, mortals will probably need help because the gods already knew that this was coming, right? Like Aethus just said, they already have set plans in motion, and certainly during this game we've seen them try to enact contingency plans and all that shit. Mortals, however, have, for the most part, have no fucking clue what's about to happen. Fuck it, let's go with this. Let's take a risk. Either way, I'm not entirely 100% sure whether we should have absolutely zero influence from Aethus on this situation or a helping hand, right? I'm just not fucking sure. Like I said before, I could see good arguments for either case. Alright, mortals are going to need a head start on things to prevent the gods from re-establishing control. You need to inspire them.
Mortals are already inspired. It is what has pushed them on for hundreds of generations to reach this point in time. Animancy is poised to go far beyond what we Ingwithans ever discovered. Why does Helia think I should lend more power to mortals?
Oh, nice. Interesting. If this is truly for the benefit of mortals, you are obligated to set them on the right path, not just leave them stranded. I want to ensure that the gods don't have the upper hand in the struggle to come. I mean, that's probably the realest answer I have, right? Because I believe in Kith, believe in our potential to do good in this world. Oh man, the music just looped in a bit of an abrupt way there. Alright, yeah, I want to ensure that the gods don't have the upper hand in the struggle to come. You know, equal footing, right? Well, at least as best you can do when going toe-to-toe with a pantheon of gods. Alright, let's do this.
It's true that even with all the advances in animancy, the gods will enter into this era much more well-prepared than mortals. From where should mortals draw their inspiration?
Ooh. They should look to the future. Their imagination and inventive spirit should guide them. They should take lessons from Eora's past, the rich history of their cultures. Ooh. They should take lessons from Eora's past. I mean, that's important as well. Both of these seem good, right? But I worry that taking lessons from Eora's past implies repeating mistakes from the past, right? I don't know. Because the rich history of their cultures is very legit. Like, yeah, that's one of the coolest things about Pillars of Eternity. Ooh. But also, I can't help but think, you know, some of them deal in slaves. And of course, a plethora of other terrible things. Part of me wants to say look forward, right? Try to make progress. Let's go with this. They should look to the future. Their imagination and inventive spirit should guide them.
Very well, Watcher. I will ensure that mortals are inspired by my passing, that my power not be expended in vain. Indulge me in a moment's curiosity. There is something I wish to know about Eora, about Kith, that I can only learn through your eyes.
Go on. What could I know that you don't? Well, look at that. Now Aethus, the green and terrible, needs something from me. You're not taking my eyes, I need them. Forget it. I'm done talking. I don't want to sound too naive here and say, what could I know that you don't? Right, clearly he has some interest in us, and especially from our perspective, right? Go on.
You followed me all this way, dodging an armada, navigating an impenetrable wall of storms, voyaging across uncharted seas, with the machinations of gods echoing in your ears. all the while trusting in the institutions of Kith to get you this far, and earning their trust in turn. Whatever else happens this day, that much is remarkable. I believe that mortals possess the strength to collaborate and shape a future of their own design. Not all of my brothers and sisters agree.
Oh my gosh, you know what? I just realized who Aethus' voice actor is. Holy shit, I can't believe I didn't realize it sooner, or maybe I did and forgot that I even realized it. This is, shit, I forgot his name, but I followed him on Twitter, but he does the voice of, the Vicar from Outer Worlds and the Dog God from New Vegas. It's this guy. Mitchell something, or Michael, something like that. There's an M in there. But it's totally him. Yeah, it is absolutely him. All right, continue.
By relying on others and coming together in a time of crisis, you illustrate my point. The gods will witness you and question their assumptions about how responsible, empathetic, and sophisticated mortals can be. What inspired your decision, Watcher? Did the choice echo your foundational beliefs? Or were you influenced by observation?
The Principe showed unity and willingness to adapt. They can bring the archipelago together. Ooh, what does he say here if you came here alone? Weird. Strength rules the Deadfire. If that means piracy, so be it. I wanted to prove Wodica wrong. She thinks mortal cooperation is destined to fail. Someone made me an offer and I took it. Nothing personal. I don't owe you any explanation. I'm not sure. Part of me it was spiteful to spite Wodica, right? And also, I can't just say pirates are cool. I think pirates are cool. Because the other factions also showed unity and willingness to adapt in their own way, right? I liked my answer to Wodica, honestly, a lot better as to why we chose the Principe, in that they were just more honest about their flaws. Let's go with this. I wanted to prove Wodica wrong. She thinks mortal cooperation is destined to fail.
Wodica has been especially active since the downfall of her favorite operative. Have you ever considered that she is mentoring his replacement?
That's a troubling thought. Ooh. I wonder what you would say here if you're a priest of Wodica or a paladin of the Steel Garret or Garrote. Interesting. I won't dismiss the idea entirely. Say nothing. That's a troubling thought.
My brothers and sisters never act when the gains are strictly short-term.
Right.
If Wodica's shadow has fallen upon you, that can only mean she recognizes your potential to further her ambition. I thank you for your perspective. Yours is not the only opinion that concerns me, but for the moment, it offers much to consider. All I ever wanted for mortals was growth, transformation. Once, my brothers and sisters shared this goal. Some have forgotten themselves, giving into fatalism or tyranny. Others have succumbed to apathy. It brings me great sorrow that crisis is the only way to set the future in motion. Would that I could pass the responsibility of heralding your darkest hour to another.
Okay.
Never forget that trust and coordination between mortals brought you to this place. Your future is built on a foundation of hope, and you have laid the first stone.
Thanks for the lesson. What happens next? Ooh, before this is over, it's my turn to ask the questions. Let's see what we can even ask.
Ask. You are entitled to any answer that is mine to give.
Ooh, shit. Alright, we gotta ask everything, huh? What happens after the wheel breaks?
The great work of the Ingwithans falls to ruin. Reincarnation as we know it will end. Souls which currently await new life in the beyond will be born into the world as normal, but their numbers will not replenish.
Oh, okay. So the ones that are still there are still, like, in a queue, so to say.
Anything that dies will tarry in the void of the in-between, awaiting the motion of a wheel that no longer turns. Once the Beyond has emptied, every birth will be hollow-born. Other maladies of the soul may follow, and plague those who linger in life.
Oh my god! Jesus, I thought it would go back to how it was beforehand. Holy shit, that's nightmarish. Fuck, how many souls are in the Beyond? Uh-oh. Huh. Once the Beyond has emptied, every birth will be hollowborn. Other maladies of the soul may follow and plague those who linger in life. That is horrific. Anything that dies will tarry in the void of the in-between, awaiting the motion of a wheel that no longer turns. Holy shit. Alright.
Unless mortals work together to carve a new path, the essence of life will be trapped in the netherworld. Gods will starve. Eora will grow silent and cold.
Oh my god. This is really like a fucking apocalyptic doomsday scenario. Holy shit. Okay. How long until Eora is devoid of all life?
A generation or more. That much essence is already poised to flow into Eora. But unlike an hourglass, no amount of turning will compel the sand to reverse its course.
Weird, so he's not entirely sure. Is he saying that, like, there's at least about a generation worth of souls ready to go, and then there won't be any new ones? Is that what he's saying here?
Should you choose, you could lay down your burden and trust in your children's children to set matters right. That depends entirely on you.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
By your reckoning, there are still good years to come. By ours, time is short.
Gotcha. Okay. Mortals aren't the only ones in jeopardy. What you're doing threatens the gods.
Yes. They must work toward a solution or perish. If that task is beyond their skill, then they no longer deserve their position. I would have them justify their right to lead.
I mean, I bet they'll find a fucking way, right? And the implication that by them doing it, it would be just, I don't think pans out, right? Just because they can somehow figure out a way to make it and survive, I don't think necessarily means that it means that they're justifying, that they have any justification for it, right?
That could mean swallowing their pride and hearkening to the wisdom of mortals. Some, I expect, will perform better than others.
Oh, here we go. Why won't reincarnation just go back to how it was before the wheel? Oh man, probably because of what we were thinking about earlier, is that because souls and soul essence relied on the wheel for so long, that they won't know what to do without it, right? It became like a crutch. Why won't reincarnation just go back to how it was before the wheel?
When we tamed the cycle of reincarnation, we broke what had once functioned naturally and without intervention. The flow of essence will not normalize on its own.
I wonder if that's maybe like a plan for Pillars 3, that you could, instead of building a new wheel, that you could normalize it again, back to how things were somehow.
Essence will simply pool in the void of the in-between, never passing through Adra networks to the beyond. The dead will be left to wander in darkness, confusion, and sorrow.
Good God, this is fucking grim, dude. Alright. How can anyone trust the gods after what you've done?
No one is worthy of unconditional trust.
Fair.
If you feel the gods are beyond forgiveness, then they don't deserve your obedience. Make your future one that doesn't require them.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Should you choose to accept the gods, I hope that you temper your faith with skepticism.
Well, I doubt that will be the case for everyone, right? Woedica sees this as a test, one we're destined to fail.
Woedica is entitled to her opinion. If the intent of this test is to justify an uprising to come, that is more worrisome. The other gods must decide for themselves if mortals are ready to dictate their future. Should Woedica's tyranny prove the only alternative, mortals must prepare for a terrible conflict. Your perspective bridges eternity, Watcher. Many will look to you to mediate differences that could shake the very foundations of Eora.
You've had millennia to do this. Why now?
For several reasons. My strength was diminished after the Godhammer bomb, and assuming this form took incredible effort.
Yeah, but the Godhammer bomb wasn't that long ago, right? Why not before then?
With so many vying for control of the Deadfire, I also saw a ripe opportunity for mortals to cast aside their differences and stand together as one. They have never been more powerful, more capable. Because of this, the gods must justify their importance or be proven obsolete.
I haven't forgiven you for Cadnua, and he'll probably be like, I accept that, right? Just as sort of like what he said to Adair, right? And I don't think I really have, because there were like innocent people there who got fucking stomped, right? Though probably more realistically, I would extend that to just everyone caught in Aethus' wake, right? And he probably accepts that that is kind of an unforgivable, or at least very difficult thing to forgive, right? And not that it fucking matters, right? What the fuck can we do? What can we do about it? Alright, I haven't forgiven you for Cadnua. We may as well say it, though.
I apologize, Watcher. There is nothing I can do to restore the glory of your hard-won and poorly situated estate. What happened to Cadnua was not personal in nature. I would have occupied the statue even if it was buried beneath Defiance Bay. Given your perseverance, I know that a second home cannot be distant in your future. You have only to seek it out.
There's some fucking setup, huh? That's all. What happens next?
I must attend to my final work now. I cannot delay any longer. You have carried a heavy burden across the Deadfire, Watcher. Before I go, I would rid you of it.
Whoa, what? No sooner have Aethus' words entered your mind than you hear one final, dissonant ring of the chime within you. Then silence. Oh, the knot that formed when the Pallid Knight first addressed you in the Beyond is now gone.
You are free now, as free as any of us can be. Many will come to you for help in the years ahead. Animancers, priests, even the gods themselves. I have great hope for you, but always remember that your future is for you to decide. Use your freedom well.
Oh,
Eothas
shit.
squares himself to the machine. As you move to a safe distance, he draws his fist back and resumes his assault. The blows rain down with increased fervor, but the machine perseveres in spite of his efforts. Spreading his arms wide, Eothas draws power from the luminous Audra clustered around the valley. The energy courses through his body, limbs overflowing with intense light and waves of heat.
Yo, this motherfucker's doing a spirit bomb. Like, literally.
He returns to his task, each strike bringing with it the sound of cracking stone and twisting metal, the flickering of luminous Audra across Ukaizo. As the ancient machine finally begins to succumb to his strength, so too does Aethus's body, built to withstand the passage of thousands of years. The great Audra statue has finally been pushed beyond its limits. Cracks appear along the hands, then race up the arms. Aethus does not slow his assault, but continues unabated. Its brass rings twisted, the machine spins erratically but withstands the relentless barrage. Aethus stands astride it and pummels the base of the machine.
Jesus.
Soul energy begins to flare out from the machine's heart, warping the air with the intense heat. Aethus drives his right fist into the machine's center, the core of metal and Audra. The god lets out a deafening shout, something between a cry of anguish and a roar of exultation. You see Aethus's arm shatter upward from his hand through his elbow. A flash of light and heat bursts from the core, accompanied by a cacophony of destruction. The moment passes as Aethus's shout echoes throughout the valley. Your eyes begin to recover. The god's work is accomplished. The great machine of Ukaizo has been destroyed. The wheel has been unmade.
Ooh, oh my god, it gave me a bit of a shiver. Holy shit, so that's it!
As Aethus's voice fades, the enormity of what you've accomplished sinks in. You have confronted a god. You have rediscovered the ancient city where the wheel was forged, and you have seen the wheel shattered. What comes next is uncertain, but already the legend spreads of the Watcher who survived Andra's mortar and stood toe-to-toe with Aethus.
Oh my god. Whatever happened to the Guardian, though? I thought that would have been like the final showdown. Maybe that's what the other dragon was tackling and wrestling, right? Huh. Okay. Fuck, I guess we didn't have to deal with it. Whoop. Alright. Jesus.
On your recommendation, Aethus disperses his essence and that of the thousands of souls within him to centers of knowledge and learning around the world. Animancers, engineers, wizards, and scholars of all stripes make astounding breakthroughs in understanding and harnessing the phenomena that govern Eora.
Interesting that, like, here are some of the more... some of the gods that are more sympathetic to us, like Hylia and Abaddon. But also Wall? I guess because, you know, of knowledge, right? Which maybe Wall wouldn't be happy about that.
While some of these developments prove beneficial to Kith, others are decidedly less so. But such is the price of innovation.
Ooh.
What remains to be seen is how, indeed whether, they will restore the cycle Aethus has broken. After the battle, Aldi sends her fleet from Ukaizo. Her first and last act as Lady of the Ancient City is to reactivate the storms from Andra's spire. Her work done, she departs in the floating hangman. She determines that none shall control the power of Ukaizo. Under her, the precipice shall remain a lawless, rootless pirate band, and Deadfire shall remain free for any with the will to make their way in it.
Huh, that doesn't seem as bad as I thought it would have been. Okay. Wow, so she doesn't even want to control Ukaizo itself. Alright, sure.
As the rise in piracy makes operations in Deadfire ever more costly, the Consuelo Mea Compressa votes to scale back the Valian Trading Company's presence. Luminous Audra and Animancy Research remain valuable enterprises, but the company can no longer afford to seek dominance in the region. The Royal Deadfire Company makes a final attempt to seize Ukaizo using an innovation of its own. A ship that submerges itself beneath the waves and storms. It is not, however, immune to the magically charged barrels that Aldi's ships drop into the water. After an embarrassing defeat, the Royal Deadfire Company consolidates its forces in the archipelago and limits its ambitions to a handful of well-guarded plantations. The storms of Rauatai rage on, and its people muddle through with the same tenacity that has served them for millennia.
Weird. So what were they talking about earlier? Didn't Aethus say that, like, the storms would be gone in Rauatai or whatever? Huh. Weird. Okay.
Demoralized by the loss of Ukaizo, the Huana tribes fragment further. All of Queen Onikaza's work to unify her people falls apart, and foreign traders openly flout the decrees of the Kahanga crown.
Ugh, man. That fucking sucks. Yeah. That's fucking rough. Jesus. I don't even know. Like, I guess the only way that the Huana would receive a good ending here is if you sided with them. But even then, it's bittersweet because the current royal lineage or whatever is shit, right? They're totally, like, complete dicks. Whew.
The mysterious deaths of Governor Clario and Storm Speaker Ikawa provoke hostilities between the Valian settlers and the Huawan residents. What starts with angry words escalates to retaliatory killings as each side blames the other.
Ooh. Jeez, what? Did Governor Clario and Storm Speaker Ikawa die? Or was that, is that what went down in Maya's quests? I can't even remember. Is that who the assassinations were set up and poised to be all about? Maybe? I don't remember them dying.
By the time anyone bothers to question the strange coincidences surrounding their deaths, including reports of a cloaked Omawi woman seen in both the port and the village, both sides have gone too far to turn back. As the conflict tears both the village and the town apart, many people, Huana and Valian alike, drift away in search of other opportunities. Many find themselves among the newly empowered Principi. After the violence they've already seen, piracy doesn't seem so bad.
Oh my god. Dude, this is getting fucking dark. We're fucked, huh? Everything's fucked up.
As the balance of power changes in Deadfire, so too does Nekataka transform. Pirates, smugglers, and other criminals flow into the city, openly flouting its laws. The pirates continue smuggling food into the gullet, and the Raparu embrace their benefactors, aiding and concealing their smuggling operations. Over time, the gullet becomes a hotbed of piracy.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
The loss of Skiarilifus's essence weakens the Water Shapers Guild. Their power wanes and their influence fades. The art of water shaping survives as an arcane curiosity.
Oh my god. Yo, we have, like, inadvertently obliterated a great deal of Huana culture. Holy shit. Good god. Would it have been worth it, though? Gosh, if the only way to ensure the survival of your people and, like, their culture and shit is to side with an admittedly very shitty ruler. Good god, I don't know, what a nightmarish dichotomy of decisions. Good god.
Your brief encounter with Letharn proves deeply influential for the children of the Dawnstars.
Who was Letharn? Was that Adair's kid? Or was Letharn was the extremist, right?
Plagued with nightmares and haunted by the deaths at Hesango,
No.
Letharn begins questioning his faith in Eothas. At first, his fellow Dawnstars chide him. But that changes as word of Eothas' deeds at Ukaizo spreads. After all, what business have they worshipping a god who denied his own legitimacy?
Ooh, fascinating.
The faith of the Children of the Dawnstars fades, but their commitment to the people of Deadfire does not. They continue feeding, healing, and helping the neediest, just as they have for decades. It is no longer a holy mission, but it is a mission all the same.
That seems great. That seems so good. The music is very ominous right now, but that seems great, right? That seems also like exactly what Aethus wanted, right? That even if you decide to hold on to faith, like, keep some degree of skepticism in there. But more so, Aethus just wanted people to go ahead with, like, being helpful and good-willed.
Ruanu, the chieftain of the Huana at Tikawara, dies mysteriously. The tribe finds his body washed up on the same beach where Anaharu challenged him to the trial of waves. Some blame Anaharu's vengeful spirit. Others see it as Ngati's final judgment. And a few speak of a strange man seen lingering in the village.
Ruanu, the chieftain of the Huana at Tikawara. Weird. Oh yeah, he was kind of a dick, wasn't he? And there was that whole dispute between him and, like, their local priest or whatever, right? The priestess? Who would this strange man be, though? I'm not sure.
The leaderless tribe eventually scatters. Some head to Nekataka, while others seek out the Wahaki.
Ooh, I hope we hear about the Wahaki. I quite like them.
Free of Menzago at last,
Oh, yeah.
Copperhead determines to leave Splintered Reef. He and several fellow vessels cobble together a seaworthy ship from the wreckage of their island and set sail for brighter horizons. The dragon, Neraskirlas, no longer passes between Eora and the White Void, and the dead flow slowly breaks apart, exposing the temple long frozen within.
Oh man, DLC stuff. Okay.
Hafjorn leads the remaining Harbingers of Dusk on a return pilgrimage to the White that wins, and they scatter into the clans and settlements from which they hailed. The Temple of Remergond falls into disrepair, home only to madmen and monsters. In besting the Beast of Winter, you earned the Death God's mercy rather than his enmity. The deity remains characteristically unforthcoming about his decision, and you're left to wonder whether in doing battle with him in the White Void, you somehow furthered his apocalyptic ambitions.
Huh. That's an interesting read on that. Okay.
Once repaired, the Adra at the primal island of Kazuwari again pulses with the flow of soul essence between the here and the beyond. The feral life on the island flourishes, the jungles and veld growing ever wilder and resistant to settlement and exploration alike. The faces of the hunt continue to rule the Crucible and Galawain's, or rather, Tawamawai's name. The trials summoned by the statue grow deadlier with each season, until only those rare few willing to brave the gravest of dangers seek out the bloody ordeals of Kazuwari. Like the other souls following in your wake, Muatu eventually yearns to move on to the beyond and the wheel. Stymied by Aethus' actions, however, he settles on returning to Kazuwari, where he joins the choir of souls that echo throughout the Crucible.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder how the Crucible is going to turn out. Like, I mean, I guess, thanks to the existence of the Crucible, like, even if shit goes really bad in, like, the hypothetical theoretical Pillars 3, Kazuwari would continue to live, right? Life would go on just on that one island, right? Because it's like a self-contained ecosystem with its own miniaturized wheel.
Hundreds of kith, and no small number of wilder and primordials, flee from the Black Isle, their minds a confused collection of inconsistent and contradictory memories.
Ooh.
Each escapee bears knowledge that was once lost, and agents of the Hand Occult across Eora worked tirelessly in the years that follow to hunt down and end these fugitives. They find far fewer than they hope.
Honestly, maybe that'll also come in handy, right? With trying to figure out a way forward, all of these people with like wild-ass knowledge being just out in the open, just wherever. I mean, certainly some of it will be very bad, but could come in handy.
Released from their bondage to the sightless eye, the Vithrak of the Halls Obscured abandon the Black Isle and resettle in the deepest and darkest recesses of the ruins beneath Neketaka. Sisak and his colony remain secretive and isolated, however, rarely interacting with those kith crawling about in the sunlight above.
I mean, they would also have to be pulled into this, right? Every being on Eora with some degree of sentience would figure out about the wheel being broken, right? Because they're all affected by it. Huh. Fascinating. I wonder if like the Vithrak would even want to work with Kith, or if they would try to devise their own, because they're all like ultra intelligent, right? And they fuck around with animancy, don't they? I can't remember about the last one, but they're definitely portrayed as being like hyper intelligent compared to Kith. That's fascinating. Also, man, it really the shit that we saw with Bakarna takes on even more light, knowing that like now the wheel is totally completely destroyed. Could you have gotten an ending where the wheel isn't destroyed? Or is it no matter what, right, that the wheel is broken? Because that seems too wild to, like, if you were planning for a Pillars 3, that seems like too big of an optional path to make it to where you could exist in a world in Pillars 3 where the wheel has not been broken, right? As far as setup is concerned, that'd be way too much writing than you could expect from anyone to undertake.
Encouraged by her arcane successes,
Ooh, here we go.
Bakarna returns to her observatory to continue her studies of the celestial spheres. In time, her colleagues in the Circle of Archmagi come to accept her among their number. She takes on apprentices, and they trumpet her praises as both a brilliant innovator and nurturing pedagogue.
My god, you know Bakarna would have, like, such a humongous fucking role in future shit.
Slain by your hand, the Titan of Wal poses little further threat to Eora. As the corpse decays, it putrefies into a massive nest of hungry fungal monstrosities.
That's fucking disgusting.
Vessels that anchor off the shores of the Black Isles tend to go missing, only to turn up shipwrecked months or even years later against distant shores. With time, the body collapses upon itself, and the Black Isles finally implode.
Wow. Holy shit. That seems fucking wild as hell. How much time?
Though your adventures alter the destiny of Eora and the balance of power in Deadfire, they also leave a lasting mark on those who travel at your side. Your companions find themselves changed, in ways both big and small. Adair returns to Hisango, where he reunites with Byrne, the son of his former lover, Alava. The boy takes heart in Adair's account that Aethus and all the other gods were false, petty, and unworthy of the love of Kith. Realizing how close he came to dying for this cause, Byrne finds renewed purpose in working alongside his uncle to repair the many scars left upon Deadfire by the gods. Under Adair's guidance, Byrne grows into the kind of irreverent, stubborn hothead that would have made his mother proud, and Adair visits her gravesite, often to tell her so.
Oh my gosh, that's so fucking sweet. Wow. And that could have gone so poorly, remember? Holy shit, I'm quite happy with how that turned out. Weird that, like, although big shit has been happening here in these ending slides, I think, like, maybe the most important to me will be, like, the interpersonal stuff. between the companions and all that. Also, I do like how it's still here. It still doesn't 100% confirm, like, a bloodline tie, right? It's still kind of up in the air, right? We have a strong guess, right? But nothing set in stone. Okay, continue.
Shodi is not a priestess who understands the meaning of subtlety. As such, she makes her girlish crush on Adair painfully obvious from the moment she first sets eyes on the strapping fighter. Early in your travels, Adair appears discomforted by her persistent flirting. He often grimaces when she sidles up to him, and he takes endless pains to keep their conversations terse and to the point. But after a little smoothing on your part to nudge them in the right direction, Adair makes an effort to view Shodi with an open mind. And Shodi begins teasing the veteran fighter in a more companionable and less amorous manner. After saving each other's hides a couple times and sharing more than a few laughs, the two form an easy, and you suspect, lifelong friendship.
Aww. But I wonder how, like, what went down affected Shodi, right?
Seemingly lit with an inner glow, Shodi takes to a new life of mission work with gusto. She still is committed to shepherding souls forgone, but having realigned her goals with that of her fellow Dawnstars, she now endeavors to help the living as much as the dead. As you travel the Deadfire, you find her sleeping better and laughing more often. When the time comes for her to return to her temple in Neketaka, it's with a clear wistfulness and much lip-biting on her part. She leaves you with her sickle and a hastily scrawled note. It reads, "A keepsake from a path once walked. Remember me, Watcher, for I will forever dream of you."
Wow. That went pretty well, too.
Aloth renews his commitment to destroying the Leaden Key. With the wheel broken, loosening the god's stranglehold on Kith is more urgent than ever. It is a lofty goal, and one he does not expect to finish in his lifetime. But if there's one thing he's learned from the Watcher, it's that a single person can change the world.
Wow, it almost sounds like Aloth is, like, poised to create some sort of, like, I don't know, counterintelligence to the Leaden Key, right? Like a whole other faction, right?
You let Romaro go, and the former pirate ostensibly set sail for the trade lanes of the Eastern Reach, the Edier Empire, Old Valia, and the Republics. For the remainder of your time together, Seraphon seems, if not exactly happy, at least contented with the outcome of your confrontation with his former mentor at Sayuka. And yet, when the two of you part, Seraphon seems emboldened, invigorated by a new sense of purpose. He buys you a drink, toasts to the Deadfire, says, "Let's see if we can make something worth a shit out of what's left of these precipice swabs," and sets sail the next morning. In the years to follow, rumors occasionally reach you of the Blue Orlan pirate of the Deadfire, a privateer captain as keen to free slaves or fight foreign influence as he is to plunder and pillage.
Right on. Hell yeah. So far, quite pleased with all of our companion endings, right?
After reporting back to her superiors for the Watcher's actions against the Valian Trading Company, Pallegina is rewarded with reassignment home to the Valian Republics. She spends the next several years as the head of the household guard for the Duke of Ancense. In this role, she is often lauded for her courage and loyalty. Even with all of the praise, there are still times when she cannot help but feel she could have had more influence on what transpired in the Deadfire. Pallegina renews her relationship with Giacomo, corresponding with him regularly, and even meeting with the old Animenser once or twice a year. Though she does not understand the intricate details of his research, she reads his letters and responds with great enthusiasm. Her brothers, and even the dukes themselves, note that Pallegina's demeanor is always warmer on the days when she receives a letter. Rumors even spread that some of the brothers have seen her smile.
Oh, okay.
Time away from the Navy gives Maya Rua some perspective on how Rauatai conducted the Deadfire occupation. No sooner does she return to active duty than she voices her frustrations over some of the more underhanded tactics she witnessed and carried out in the name of the homeland.
All right.
Her voice carries all the way to the Ranganui, who reminds his admirals that battles are won by superior tactics, but war is a battle of precedent, and winning is not always a victory. The people listen. Though Maya's covert assignment in the Deadfire is considered a success, few claim knowledge of it or openly congratulate her. She receives no praise beyond knowing glances or the occasional raised tankard from her countrymen. She never responds.
So we might see change there, right? Nothing so far, but like we're making steps in a good direction, I guess, is the idea. Okay.
There's never enough free time to explore your mutual connection. Something about your bond feels unfinished. But as your paths diverge, you start running out of reasons to see each other. In your presence, she's always armed with a pleasant smile and lots of questions. Her embrace is full of warmth. If there isn't time now, someday there might be. She looks forward to seeing her brother again. So does Ashiza. Tekehu distances himself from the problems of the Deadfire, giving the tribes a reprieve from godlike omens. Ngati's silence speaks volumes. The Huana grow to rely on each other, paving a new way forward divorced from their traditions. Soon after his departure from Neketaka, sailors report of mountainous water sculptures rising from the open sea, entrancing and salacious. These works are celebrated everywhere, from the brothel to the palace, though the identity of the artist remains an open question.
Huh. Okay. Ngati's silence speaks volumes. The Huana grow to rely on each other, paving a new way forward, divorced from their traditions. Okay. I mean, that sounds good. That sounds like a good read on, like, Huana culture and how it advanced, compared to, like, the faction slide that we saw earlier, or the more faction-focused one.
He bids you farewell, suggesting that you seek your next adventure in a brothel or tavern, where consequences begin and end at the front door. He sounds eager to leave old conflicts in the past.
It seems like he's still deeply troubled and wants to forget some of the shit, right? Which, fair.
Great changes are at work in Deadfire and the world beyond. But the storms of Andra's mortar rage on. Whatever salvation Kith achieve will be hard-won, but it will be the deliverance of their own choosing. As the Watcher of Cadnua and the former Herald of Bareth, you return to your ship and begin the long journey home. You hope for calm weather.
Oh my gosh, is that it? Oh my gosh, I think that was it. Oh jeez. What's happening? Did we get like a weird post-credits scene? Oh. Oh man, there it is. Holy shit. Wow, Pillars of Eternity 2. Oh my gosh, finally finished it after over a year of playing it. Honestly, Pillars of Eternity has become like a weird staple of the channel. It wasn't my intent, but it just kind of wound up that way. And then also we'll continue on with Avowed whenever that does come out, but I'm sure that'll be at least 2 years from now, I'd assume. Good God. Hopefully there's a third one, or Avowed takes some sort of, I don't know, maybe is after the events of this? I have no idea. Good God. Yeah, what a grim kind of ending. It's grim, but there is like a faint bit of hope, I guess, right? Jesus, what would happen? I can't help but wonder about some of those other potential endings. Like, could you really have just obliterated fucking everything? Is there an ending in which the wheel isn't destroyed but remains intact? Huh. I mean, I feel kind of good about the Principe ending as far as, like, how Ukaizo went. I wonder, like, if there's others that do differently. Like, if the VTC got in control of it, would they start using the Luminous Adra there and start mining the shit out of it, and maybe that would actually be, in a weird fucked up way, like, because we would still go through, like, their corporate loopholes and stuff and all that shit, or jumping through corporate hoops. They would still, like, make massive advances and potentially figure something out with regards of, like, solving the looming problem of life ending. Right? That's pretty wild. Just beginning, like, this ultimate doomsday timer of like, the end is drawing near when soon everyone will fucking die. Man. Like, at a certain point, you'll stop seeing young people, right? They'll only be Hollowborn. That's fucking wild. Good God. Man, look at that voice cast, honestly. Legit, I think. So wild that they were able to get so many people for this game, right? And so many, like, people, like, well-represented voice cast, I would say. Right? As far as I could tell from my occasional Googling while playing. Respect to that. Good Lord, man. Oh. No matter what, I think it'll be very exciting to play Avowed, right? Even if it doesn't take place following the events of Deadfire. But it would be cool if it did. Though that said, even if it doesn't, there is still the ability to hold out hope for a proper Pillars 3, in which you play as the Watcher of whatever the fuck, right? I don't know. Oh wow, Josh Sawyer actually arranged all the lyrics for those songs? I guess that makes sense, because there's some, like, weird, like, in-story, in-lore shit. And given his work on the fucking New Vegas stuff. Man, jeez. A lot to consider. Man, it is kind of tragic and depressing, though, right? The ending? Maybe that's why, like, I heard that some people didn't enjoy the ending, but whenever I saw that, I chose, like, yeah, I'm not going to click on this until I experience the ending myself. I don't want to see why you disliked it. I don't know, I kind of liked it in a bit of a, like, bittersweet, macabre way. I don't know. It's heart-wrenching, but I appreciate a tragedy. And this isn't as tragic as it could have been, right? Like, there is still a glimmer of hope, although there is this, like, countdown that begins to the end of all things. Could you imagine if that were the way to close this all out? If that was originally the plan? That, yeah, it just doesn't fucking work out? Holy shit. like, I don't know. That would be fucking wild, I think. like play into the idea that, yeah, it's the journey that counts. At the end of the day, it's all fucked. Good God, man. Jeez. Who would you want if you could only pick 2 companions to carry over from this game? Alright, pick 2 companions from Pillars 2 and 1 from Pillars 1 that did not appear in this game to show up in Pillars 3. Who would you pick? Including sidekicks, right? Including them, and they would be more fleshed out, right? I think in my case I would have to go definitely with Adair. I think I would love to see Pallegina, but that said, Seraphim also I quite liked. I don't know, I felt like Pillars 2 had such a better, like a better cast of companions. I don't know. Compared to Pillars 1. Like, Pillars 1 had some really good characters. Maybe it's not so much that Pillars 2 had a better cast of characters, but that Pillars 2 afforded more opportunities to grow and, like, explore those companion characters than was present in Pillars 1. Because in Pillars 1, it was a bit bare bones as far as exploring your companions went, right? They all pretty much had one quest. Interjections from them in the middle of everything was few and far between, right? Probably the companion who had the most, we had the most interaction with was maybe Grieving Mother and or Durance, given the circumstances. But other ones, I feel like it's more of a case like in Deadfire, they were given more opportunity to shine than they were in Pillars 1. Which I feel like was a good thing. I feel like Pillars 2 did a lot better than, like mechanically and even narratively speaking, did a lot better than Pillars 1, right? Like one of my big issues, my own, I don't know if many other people share it, but my personal issue with Pillars 1 was that the pacing felt weird because there was no like solid driving force to lead you forward. And in this case, they give you that. Pillars 2 has a great driving force to keep you going throughout the game, right? In the case of stop Aethus, figure out what the fuck's going on with the wheel, all that shit, right? That's so much better than like try and find out things about the Leaden Key and Theos and stuff and your past life. I feel like this played way better, right? I don't know. I guess I don't get the complaints there. Complaints I guess I would have about Pillars 2 if I had to make some. It would be kind of going back to more of like complaints from Pillars 1. And a lot of that being either backer rewards or stretch goals, I guess more specifically. And experimentation that just didn't work out. Like we saw there's a lot of shit in Deadfire that is unnecessary and is probably in the game due to the campaign, the fundraising, crowdfunding campaign reaching certain stretch goals that I feel like take away from the experience, right? Like, probably the biggest example, though there's certainly more, is the ship combat, right? They couldn't exactly remove ship combat because it was a fucking stretch goal, right? Even if, like, partway through they were like, this just really isn't working out, right? And I don't think it did. I don't think it was that good. I feel like if you did want to have good ship-to-ship combat, you would need to create, like, a whole separate combat system where you're actually, like, controlling the ships on, like, some sort of almost like XCOM-esque strategy map, right? Rather than going through the text stuff. Because I feel like that really did not work out well. Stuff with, like, the relationships and all that, with monitoring, like, how certain companions and stuff would react to your watcher and give them different reactions. I felt like that's an interesting idea, but there really wasn't enough there to make it worth it. Like, I wouldn't really mind if it were just normal shit, like how it was in the first game. Like, everyone kind of has just their reactions based on your decisions, rather than like, oh, your watcher is a bit more clever or a bit more stoic or whatever, right? I felt like that stuff was good insofar as showing a little icon at the end of decisions. That way you could tell the tone of a decision before you made it. But as far as the larger system there, like crafting your watcher's personality through decisions, I felt like was unnecessary, right? I felt like combat was way better in this, and a lot easier to grasp. And I felt like the tooltip system, excellent. Though now, the tooltip system in Crusader Kings 3, if you've had a chance to play it on Game Pass or whatever, holy shit, the tooltip system in that is even better than, it's just the best fucking tooltip system I've ever seen ever. And I think every game that has like a deep lore and like world building, like Pillars, should have something like that. It's so good. It's such a great way of effectively like refreshing the player on what the fuck is going on and factions and concepts and all that, right? Or even combat mechanics, right? Yeah, I feel like overall Deadfire, definitely I would say better than Pillars 1, which is wild because a lot of people disagree with that notion, but I fucking thought it was. Maybe that's because I'm such a sucker for the pirate shit, though. I don't know. Oh, I wonder if I'm on this. Oh, God. Because I was a backer for this game, but I was a slacker backer. I backed it after the campaign ended. I remember that. So I don't know if I would appear here. And I did like the minimum level to where you could just get the game. Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. But, that said, they did move, speaking of backer stuff, like in Pillars 1, a big fucking issue where the backer NPCs and stuff, all that stuff just like clogging up shit everywhere. So much to the point that, like, when we start our playthrough, we thought that was like important shit that we need to read, and the game didn't do a great job of letting us know that this is unimportant. They totally got rid of that. That's fucking great. I thought it was awful. I don't know. I think I'm just generally against having stuff like that, or like there's like this new trend of having like influencers in your game and stuff. I don't care for it. Right? I mean, put them in if they're going to like offer a voice or something or play a character that's within world, but especially I feel like the worst is when they're portraying themselves. Here's looking at you, Cyberpunk. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. Good God. Man, a lot of people back this shit. Maybe I am in here. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe my name is here somewhere. Fuck. I hope I didn't use my real name, though no one would know. Good Lord. And you can't, like, Control F through it. Is it, alphabetized? No, I don't think it is. No, it's not. Is it? No, it's really not. Maybe it's within order of it all being received? I have no idea. Wild. Man, honestly, the bittersweet ending of the game really plays into, as well, the bittersweet knowing that there may not be a Pillars 3. That makes it all the more fucking depressing. All the more grim. Oh, jeez. There we go. Oh, here. At least, at our splash screen here, we can take delight in this. Oh, beautiful. Alright, that was it. Pillars of Eternity 2. Next up, in case you haven't heard the news elsewhere, I've been saying it every now and again. What we're next playing will be Disco Elysium. Very cool. Very excited for that. We may take like a day or so off, or more. I don't know. It depends. It depends on how long it takes me to get stuff like that prepared, thumbnail, opening, closing stuff. I don't know. It depends. But that'll be the next thing that we play. I would ideally like to always be playing a CRPG on the channel, right? Alright. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you'll, whenever it comes out in the distant future, we'll show up for Avowed. Thank you so much for watching. Goodness. If you made it through all these, holy shit. Including Pillars 1? My God. That's a lot. Maybe you were playing and listening at the same time, which that sounds like that I've said it before, I'll say it again. That's what I do. That is absolutely what I do. Yeah, thank you so much. Goodness. Shoutouts to anybody who beats the fucking ultimate. Holy shit. Couldn't be me. I wonder if Avowed will have something similar. Probably not, because the game wouldn't lend itself. Oh yeah, also cool. One of the like weird bonus things added and like tacked onto this game that I thought worked out well. All this shit. I think this shit is dope as hell. I think this is awesome. I know Hades is out now, and people are fucking loving that. This, but I haven't played it, so I'll just say, this really reminds me of, like, the challenge system in Bastion. All of Mogren's Fire stuff. Freaking cool. That said, the issue is, this is such a huge-ass game that I couldn't see myself playing through it again so quickly, right? With all these things toggled on or off. Maybe it's really quick if you just, like, speedrun it, right? Because we already know most of the dialogue and shit. But that said, if I went through it another time, I would want to pick different dialogue, right? Is that just Josh Sawyer's head? Yeah. That's wild. All right. Great. Well, nonetheless, like I expressed in that Avowed video, I am very glad that even if there's not a Pillars 3, the world of Eora will live on. Not just in our hearts and minds, and not just through the official, unofficial tabletop role-playing game, but through Avowed. I hope it does well. Good lord, I hope it does well. Is Carrie Patel writing for that? Because she did, she was like alongside Josh Sawyer, one of the two big main writers, like lead narrative designers for Pillars, right? Even if he doesn't do Pillars 3, I have a lot of faith in her ability to continue the sort of depressing mood of it. Or maybe, I don't know, after this fucking year, maybe writing something that fucking grim isn't what you want to do. I could see someone wanting a break from that. All right. Great. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone who watched through, gave likes, subscribed, all that shit, left comments, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. It helps. I read all the comments, even if I don't reply to them all. I know everybody says that, but I do. I'll say it as well. Me too. I'm saying it. Thank you. Hope to see you in Avowed, or better yet, hope to see you in Disco Elysium, or even fucking Skyrim or Morrowind. Shit, we're still doing that. Damn. All right, closing the book on Old Pillars of Eternity. Gosh, almost makes me want to cry. I almost thought I would cry at the end of this, going in at the beginning, but no, it was bittersweet. It was bittersweet. No tears were shed. All right. That'll have to do it. Good lord, how many times am I going to say all right and make it sound like I'm affirming an ending here? This is the last one. Goodbye, farewell, and please take care of each other.